I don't like to necessarily get in political and get involved, but if this is to me is more than political. It's too powerful what's happening. It's too wrong in my mind what's happening for all individuals, not just the LGBTQ community, but for all individuals as well too.
For many years, Roe v. Wade was the law of the land, and people just assumed that would be the case forever. We all know that a couple of years ago, that was overturned when the U.S. Supreme Court approved gay marriage 10 years ago. The vote was 5-4. Right now, it could very easily turn that around. I'd say it's very possible that it could switch to a 6-3 decision and take away those rights.
Absolutely. Nobody thought it would help with Roe versus Wade, but look what happened.
Your vote does count, and elections do matter.
Well, and I think on these 8 states right now that are considering banning, they're doing it at the state level right now.
The states don't have the right to do that. There's legislation that has been introduced in those states. Ultimately, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor of gay marriage. What I see happening is doing something similar, the Supreme Court doing something similar to what they did with Roe v. Wade, and throw it back to the states. In that case, the states would be able to make the decisions.
So why are the state senators then making legislation that is not legal for them to make?
They're really just rattling the cages, and that legislation is not going to go anywhere. And if it were to pass in Iowa or Idaho or Ohio or wherever, ultimately it's the U.S. Supreme Court's decision. So at this point, they don't have the ability to.
Yeah, even though they're doing it, and like you said, it's rattling the cages, but it gives you some indication of where we're at with that, because it would go to the Supreme Court, as you said. So that makes sense. But still, to hear the rattling of it gives me concern.
I'm pretty optimistic that even in the most conservative states, those bills are not going to go anywhere, particularly in an election year.